It's not even about him winning the belt. You know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House card.
I saw Jones. We don't know if he was serious. Is he not retired anymore? Is he back in the...
You jump back in the pool, so...
How sick is that for you that now you kind of got this White House event for them, and it's like... I feel like this is what brings...
No matter who popped up or who didn't or whatever, we would have put on an incredible card.
What would be the dream main event?
The dream main event right now would be Aspinall versus Jones.
Is it possible that McGregor and Jones would fight on the same card?
Could be.
After nearly 2 weeks of retirement, Jon Jones reversed his decision in hopes of securing a fight at the UFC White House event. However, Dana White poured cold water on that dream, stating he won't risk such a high-profile card by putting Jones on it. Meanwhile, Nate Diaz has also urged his desire to fight Ilia Topuria or Conor McGregor. He says his top UFC opponents right now would be Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor. He praises Topuria's rise, but feels the featherweight champ might be a bit small for him. Diaz also says McGregor would be a great fight, especially if he returns and reminds fans what he can do. Outside the cage, Diaz still has his eyes on boxing matchups with names like Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford.
If you fight anybody right now, who's you gonna fight?
If I could fight anybody right now, I would fight Conor McGregor. There ain't nobody else to fight really right now, you know? I mean, I would like for him to come back and just impress everybody first, but not that he needs to, but it would be great to see him back. Everybody's hating on him, and it's like, and then that little Ilia Topuria, he's doing a really good job. He's a little small for me, but I think those two are probably the best fights. And then on the boxing side, obviously Canelo or Crawford. I ain't asking for nothing, but when I whip someone's ass, I'm gonna get them motherfuckers too, you know what I'm saying? With all due respect.
However, Dana White dismissed the idea of booking Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 3 at the Sphere, saying he's focused on featuring Mexican fighters for Mexican Independence Day. When asked about McGregor's interest in fighting Diaz at that event, White replied, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing that fight." Dana White also shuts down the idea of Jon Jones competing on the UFC's upcoming White House event. Although Jones says he's willing to fight whoever the champion is at the time, Dana explains that it's not about titles. He says he can't risk putting Jones in such a high-profile position and potentially have things go wrong, especially on a stage as big as the White House.
Conor McGregor says he still wants to fight in June, and he also mentioned he wanted to fight Nate Diaz in the Sphere on Mexican Independence Day. Do either of those two interest you?
I'm looking for Mexicans at the Sphere on Mexican Independence Day.
Nate?
Huh?
Nate Diaz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that fight.
Jon Jones responded to Dana White's claim that he can't risk putting Jones in a high-profile spot like the UFC's proposed White House card. Jones admitted he was a little disappointed, but assured fans he's still in the USADA testing pool, staying sharp and training like a pro. He reiterated that fighting at the White House gave him a deeper motivation beyond titles or money. Fighting for his country gave him purpose. Jon Jones wrote on his X account, "I heard the comments made at last night's press conference. While I was a little disappointed, I'm still in the UFC's drug testing pool, staying sharp and continuing to train like a professional. I'll be ready for whatever comes next." In a recent interview, I shared that the opportunity to fight at the White House gave me something deeper to fight for, a why that goes beyond paychecks or belts. Fighting for my country gives me a greater purpose. Jon Jones continued his tweet and said the silver lining in Dana White's remarks is knowing fans recognize his heart and intentions. He emphasized that it's not just about opponents, he's chasing legacy and something bigger than the moment. Jones said he's staying patient, continuing to train, and remains ready to fight on July 4th if the opportunity comes. Jon Jones added, "The silver lining in all this is knowing the fans see my heart. They see I am ready and willing to take on anyone to represent my country on a historic stage. For me, it's never been just about the opponent. I'm chasing legacy, something timeless, something bigger than the moment. So for now, I'll keep grinding, stay patient, and stay faithful. I'm ready to fight on July 4th. Meanwhile, Jon Jones was very active on Twitter in the last couple of days as he was responding to a lot of his fans. When one user expressed his love and respect for Hai and wished to watch him fight at the White House card, Jones was overwhelmed and appreciated the love of his fans. "Thanks, man. I appreciate you being along for the ride. At the end of the day, it's all big wins. Continuing to train, fighting again, things ending with Stipe. I'm really so grateful for it all. Would have never imagined living such a blessed life." Another user tried to remind Jones that Dana won't allow him to fight at the White House card, but Jones replied with confidence and explained what Dana actually means in that statement. Jon Jones said, "That's actually not what he said. He said he can't afford for anything to go wrong," which is understandable. It's hard to commit to any athletes literally still a year out. Let's not twist words. My entire career has been a main event. Jon Jones also explained that he came out of retirement because he wanted to do something bigger than chasing championships or money. He said he had already achieved everything in MMA and was ready to move on until Donald Trump brought up the idea of a fight at the White House Garden. As a proud American with close military friends, Jones saw it as a rare opportunity to represent his country in a meaningful way. He called his return a way to entertain the nation on a global stage and said the chance to fight at the White House meant the world to him.
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, you know, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
On the other hand, Daniel Cormier versus Jon Jones is once again among the headlines as DC made a few statements about his old rival Jon Jones, and that didn't go well with him. Daniel Cormier joked that if the UFC truly needed an American to win at the White House event, they'd have to send Jon Jones. Despite admitting he doesn't like Jones, Cormier acknowledged that Jones always finds a way to win. He laughed while referencing a famous saying, "If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying," then added that nobody tries harder than him, though maybe Jon Jones tries a little harder.
Question for DC.
Yes, sir.
I saw Jon Jones is back in the testing pool.
Yes.
Talking about going on the White House card.
Yes.
I think with his extensive criminal record, the Secret Service will let him on the White House grounds.
That's such a good question.
That's actually a good question. Well, we always have to pass background checks when Trump's there and he got the fight, so I'd imagine he will be. And I gotta be honest with you. All right, so listen. All right. No disrespect to anyone here. I love you guys so much. You can go to the White House and I'm positive you'll win, right? But if we really need an American to win, right, gotta kind of send Jon Jones, don't we? I mean, seriously, like, I mean, I don't want to do it, like, I don't like him, but it's like, if we need an American to win, don't we just send the guy that always wins?
Yeah, no, he's going.
Hey, he said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And nobody tries harder than me. Are you sure Jon Jones doesn't try a little harder than I do?
I don't know. It's close.
It's close. It's close.
Meanwhile, recently, Daniel Cormier also joked that if he had to fight his enemy anywhere, he'd choose to do it at his own house. He explains it gives him control, and jokingly adds that he'd want the ability to kill him, implying that being on home turf gives him the upper hand. However, Jon Jones knew that DC was talking about him, and that's why he reacted to this video and reminded DC about the outcomes of their last two fights. Jon Jones responded, "Could you imagine getting your ass kicked for the third time in front of the wife and kids?"
If you were to fight your enemy anywhere or a random place, where would it be? And who would the person that you would throw hands with sight unseen be?
I kind of want the ability to kill him, so I'd like to do it at my house.
There you go. Yeah, me too.
And they can't really do anything.
Yeah,
well,
who is it,
Who
DC?
are you fighting?
I think we know. I could take a couple guesses who you might fight in your living room.
Yeah.
Does it rhyme with Mon Moons?
Furthermore, Daniel Cormier took some more hits at Jones and claimed that Jon Jones's legacy is not complete without facing Tom Aspinall. He said Jones would need to go to a dark place to beat someone young, explosive, and dangerous like Aspinall, but may be unwilling to do that now. Cormier recalled Jones once mocked him for aging, saying a 37-year-old can't keep up. Yet now, Cormier sees Jones delaying fights, demanding $30 million, and possibly using that as a way out. He emphasized that to truly complete his legacy, Jones needs to fight Aspinall.
It's scary. Let me tell you why. Let's start there.
He's very good.
Yeah.
And he's big, and he's explosive, and he's young. And you have to go to a dark place to make sure you don't lose to him. I think he knows that in order to beat this kid, he'll have to go back to that place. He's probably just unwilling to do it. Somebody showed me that counterpunch thing the other day with me and John Jones. And John told me, he goes,
I look at a 37-year-old. You're not going to get any faster. I'm creeping up on my prime. You're just getting older.
He goes, give me the Stipe fight. I want to do it in Madison Square.
Yep.
But then I'll do the Aspinall fight. And then the Tom Aspinall fight comes about, and he's like, give me $30 million. Thinking like, it's going to be my way of
getting out of it, but not really.
Yes.
I learned that from my father-in-law.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
There's $30 million.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to fight the guy, man.
I think John Jones' legacy doesn't need Tom Aspinall.
He does, bro.
He does.
Daniel Cormier also reflects on John Jones's past comments about aging opponents and believes those same words now apply to Jones himself. He recalls Jones once dismissing a fight with him by saying, "I'm 28, you're 37, you're only getting older." Cormier points out that now, with Jones approaching the later stages of his career, the roles are reversed. Those exact same words can be spoken to him, Cormier says, suggesting karma has come full circle.
John is kind of doing his thing.
No, he's not doing his thing. John doesn't fight this guy, he quit. John said, there's no way you can compete with me. I'm 28 years old.
You're 37-year-old. You're not going to get any faster than you ever been. I'm creeping up on my prime. You're just getting older.
That was the best version of Daniel Cormier. No matter how many fights I won, he beat me that night. But those words are now the exact same words can be spoken to him.
Hello, John. But I just think I'm better than you.
Cormier also talked about his last fight with Jones and revealed that John Jones was surprisingly strong and had excellent leverage. He expected to take Jones down easily, but struggled due to Jones's height, reach, and skill. Cormier admits Jones understood positions well and made the fight harder than he anticipated.
He was strong.
He was always
when we
strong.
fought, he was strong. Like, he was strong. Leverage. Great with his leverage. Dude, the way he was able to manipulate positions, because I thought, without a shadow of a doubt, that I would take him down at will. But it's hard. Even if you get a takedown, it's hard against the best guys. I picked Stipe up, I threw him down. Held him down for the whole first round. And then he got up because we got to start again. So now I got to start that process all over again. So when you're fighting guys like Jones, he's so tall, he's so rangy, and he just understood fighting. The guy just understands fighting.
Meanwhile, there are still a lot of fighters who believe that John Jones retired just to avoid a fight with Tom Aspinall. Rampage Jackson and TJ Dillashaw discussed Jones potentially avoiding a fight with Aspinall. Dillashaw believes Jones might be hesitant because Aspinall poses a real threat, despite Jones still being the favorite. He says Jones doesn't need the money or to prove anything, and risking his legacy against a dangerous athletic heavyweight like Aspinall, who can close distance quickly, might not be worth it.
Why do y'all think John Jones don't want to fight Tom Aspinall? Is Tom Aspinall that good where John Jones should be worried? I think John Jones, me personally, nothing against Tom Aspinall, I think John Jones will walk through him.
I personally think it's the toughest fight on hand for him, and why for him chance his legacy of losing a fight that he probably doesn't even have to take. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need to prove himself anymore. I think it's a tough fight. I mean, I do think betting on the fight, I'm betting on John Jones, but I still think that Aspinall's got enough like athleticism to close a distance, right? Like John Jones wants this distance. He loves this. He's got this distance. And Aspinall's one of the heavyweights that he'd be fighting that can close the distance hard and fast.
However, Coach Eric Nixick, who has worked with both John Jones and Tom Aspinall, said Aspinall is everything as advertised. Having worked closely with Francis Ngannou as well, Nixick emphasized that he understands what elite heavyweight athletes look like, and confirmed that Aspinall fits that mold.
I think Aspinall got a chance of beating John.
I do. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you've been in there with John. Yeah. You know, I've trained with Aspinall. I've held pads for him. I've also, you know, been around Francis a lot, and I understand what that heavyweight athlete looks like. Tom Aspinall is everything as advertised.
That wraps up today's video, with Dana White shutting down the idea of John Jones headlining the UFC's White House card. Fans are left wondering, what's next for Johnny Bones? Will he fight again, or is retirement back on the table? The MMA world is full of twists and turns, and we'll be here to cover them all, so make sure to stay tuned and subscribe for the latest updates from the UFC.